Hello, this is PandaStockPicks.com coming to you for the monthly review for March 2009. I'm going to be rushing through this because this is the third time doing this video. I can't get it under 10 minutes. So, okay, here it goes. We're going to be starting in the SPY. We're going to be starting the options plus plays. So we entered into this SPY put play for the $68 puts as the SPY was breaking this $75 level. I knew that it was going to at least test the $70, so we entered into the $68 puts, and this one made 100% return, but I exited out most of my position at 50% return, and I exited my remaining position when the profit was 100%. So I think overall I made 75% on this one. So this was a great trade. Let's take a look at the next trade. Was for CF. I got into the May $40 puts, and sure enough we were in the money, and then it just bounced off this 50-day moving average and basically got stopped out at a break-even trade on that one. Let's take a look on Baidu. This one was pretty much the same thing. I think we were up as much as 15%, and thinking to get more. We kept a loose stop. However, I did basically put a break-even stop in. So and then we got stopped out on that one. But we were up on most of these plays. Let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. We entered into here the $40 April puts, got in at 95 cents, and within just a couple days exited out for 50% profit on this one. This was a nice trade as well. See, I'm also in TEVA $60 calls at 20 cents. This has been a trade we entered into earlier this month. This is still a nice low risk trade here. Anyway, we're still open on this position at 20 cents, and it's a break even at this point. Let's take a look at CLF. We entered into this for $1.70. These are the calls on this one, and it's just too much consolidation going on, so it didn't produce much return here when we had a nice up day right here. Just exited out for a small gain, like 3%, so basically it's break even. Let's take a look at ALCOA. We entered into this one earlier this week. If you can see this downtrend line here, the main one, it's projecting about $9.50 if it back tests this line up there. But the secondary downtrend from this primary trend, as you can see, it's hitting once, twice, and 3 times. It breaks out. We entered into the $12.50 calls on ALCOA for the month of July. ALCOA came out slashed dividends by 80%. We got 2 down days, but our calls were still relatively okay. And then we got a nice pop on it on Thursday and Friday. So we are in the money on ALCOA, currently by about 20%. So that's looking really good. RIM is also the same thing. There's consolidation going on here. I am expecting it to fill the gap up here at about $56. Currently it's at $40. We entered into the RIM. Let's see what calls are these. June 60 calls. So we're currently up about 20% also on these. Let's take a look here at UNG. Yes, UNG we entered into earlier this week. If you can see here, there was a nice consolidation on this downtrend at about $15.50 here, and we entered into it right here. I think it was on Monday. We got in this UNG at $1.65, and it consolidated. It faked out a move down here Thursday. It made a huge rally, unbelievable volume. It just skyrocketed. It tagged this 50-day moving average before it pulled back. Friday again, it looks like it's consolidated higher. We're currently up on this, still open position, up 50% so far. Okay, let's take a look at the next position, OIH. This is a nice chart here. It's starting this downtrend here in October, touching once, touching twice, touching 3 times. It broke out. We entered into this also earlier this week. I think it was on Tuesday, as it was on this 50-day moving average, and on Thursday and on Wednesday and Thursday it broke out of this trend line. So in 2 days I got 62% profit. I entered into the October $135 calls for 96 cents, and in 2 days they were at $1.56 for 62% in 2 days. I know that OIH can go a lot higher, but hey, if I can make 62% in 2 days, I'm gonna bail out and bank the profits, and that's exactly what I did. Okay, let's go into. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the Options Plus service. Average, we got a 50% return on our Options Plus plays for this month, and you might think that I'm dialed into these, where these are all doing well, and relatively speaking, they are. I haven't had any losses on these Options Plus plays, but the main thing is that these plays are low risk, because of course we're using technical analysis, and I'm looking for the best calls that we can find, great value calls or puts, and these are just rock solid plays where you don't have to risk a lot. You can just risk a couple $100, to make a couple $100, and it's really good. Whereas in some other strategies, maybe you're gonna have to risk a lot more to hopefully make just a little bit. But the option plays that I'm doing, they're a great supplement to your overall trading. I would recommend just risking, up to, no more than 5% of your portfolio should be for options plays, high risk and speculative. But that's exactly what I'm doing, is just risking a couple percent of the overall portfolio, and it's easy to make a couple $1,000 when you're just risking a couple $100 on these plays every month. So this has been great. Let's go into our Iron Condor service, and this is the DIA. I had opened a 68, 66 bull put for March, and exited out here as it was breaking the $70 level. I was like, no, this is gonna be too close. But sure enough, we did get a push up where if you stayed in, you would have made 6%, but we bailed out, so we lost 13.8%. But this represents the last time doing these iron condors in this high volatility market. I have a new strategy out. Check it out on the website. Let's take a look at IWM. This one made up pretty much for it. Although, okay, yeah, this is for the August IWM bull put. We just had this open for 2.5 weeks. We exited out just this week on Thursday for a profit of 8.8%. So overall for the month, there's a loss of 5% for the Iron Condors. So the new strategy that I'm doing for the Iron Condors is lower risk, and the reward is just as good. But with a lower risk, it's much more attractive because you don't have to wait around as long, and you can have better nights at sleep, because the strategy that I'm doing, it's basically, it's totally different. And come check it out on the website. So I'm going to be unveiling new options in Iron Condor service within the next week. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, I finally made it under the 11 minutes on this third try in the YouTube. But that's my overall strategy, is to reduce the risk and to maximize the profits that we can make. And I wish everybody success trading the stock market. The stock market is real, and you know, I feel that it's one of the last venues to make money in this current economy. If we know what we're doing, play it smart, play it safe. This is Pandor Zhukovsky signing off. Have a great one.